Hey, what's up, folks? It's me again, Blitzball Champ. Um, yeah. So I kind of wanted to reserve some time to talk about the buzz, the latest buzz with the Carolina Panthers from writer David Newton, and apparently the word is that Carolina is willing to go all out to get Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson from Clemson. Okay, I want to just pretty much give my. I'm gonna go ahead and give my final thoughts on this. Um, and just depending on if this happens or not, I may do a follow up. But, but honestly, I just kind of want to give my final thoughts on the whole Deshaun Watson Carolina sort of up in the air idea. First, let me start off by saying this: going all in, Carolina going all in to get Deshaun Watson. This is going to play out. In the end, this is going to play out to be either the biggest high risking move that Carolina's made with such a big reward. Because I will say Deshaun Watson is definitely a valuable piece, very capable of getting a team to the Super Bowl and potentially winning. I mean, he almost came close 2 years ago. This could either play out that way within 2 to 3 seasons, or this will go down as being one of the dumbest moves Carolina ever makes. This could potentially be the riskiest, most highest rewarding move, or just the ultimate bust dumbest move. This could go either way. Let me just start by saying that. So apparently, the idea is 3 first round draft picks plus Christian McCaffrey. And I guess maybe they might throw in Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know. All of that to get Deshaun Watson. Now, let me just give my honest thoughts on this. Just overall, after really giving this some thought and really just getting a lot of feedback from a lot of the folks who've commented on previous videos, which I'm very appreciative of everybody giving their thoughts. So thank you in advance. Uh, but let me just say this: is Deshaun Watson worth it? He's definitely a top 5 quarterback in the league as we speak. He's young, pretty much in his prime. So, definitely a valuable asset to go for, especially when it comes to quarterback. The field general, very valuable piece for any good team, especially any championship caliber team. I mean, say what you want about this other team and say what you want about Brady, but Brady is one of them. And they just proved that with Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I don't like to admit that, being that they're in the NFC South, but facts are facts. Because at the end of the day, yeah, Tampa Bay defense was a big piece that helped send Patrick Mahomes running for his life constantly. But at the same time, the offense still did their job as well. After all, it is a team sport. Anyway, back to the topic. Deshaun Watson's easily a top five quarterback in the NFL. Here's the thing, though. All of this for one quarterback when we're not just a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl or even getting back to the Super Bowl. I can't stress that enough. That personally, I 1,000,000 gajillion percent do not believe the Carolina Panthers are a quarterback away from a Super Bowl. I don't believe that. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do hope I'm wrong. And I have no problem with being wrong. But I deep down have a hard time believing that. Going back to Patrick Mahomes, you saw what happened there in the Super Bowl with the O line and him running for his life. They didn't even get one touchdown. And Carolina already has a history of a suspect offensive line. And we already got some issues to deal with now because they may have to, if they can't sign Taylor Moton to a reasonable deal, they're going to have to franchise tag him. And then we already got a load of offensive linemen that are free agents that we're not going to be able to afford, or even, the ones that they want to keep. So, I mean, there's still a lot of pieces. And just depending on what they'll have in the cap room, plus the draft, I mean, we still are going to need the ammo to get the necessary pieces to have a complete team. Because, like I said before, I want a Carolina Panthers dynasty. Because that's really the only way there's any possible chance of this franchise winning multiple titles. Because that's the whole idea, is to get to that point. I mean, you don't want to just win a Super Bowl and then you don't see them again for like the next 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, shoot, I might be dealing with that right now currently as a Dallas Mavericks fan, because there's no telling when Dallas will even get back to the finals. Anyway, I truly don't believe this team is a quarterback away. There's still so many deep holes Carolina has to fill. And I'm not 100% confident they will fill that hole, each of those holes. And I'm only basing this off of history. Like I said, I hope I am dead wrong. I really do. I hope I'm dead wrong. But I gotta be honest with how I'm feeling about this whole situation. Another thing. If I'm Deshaun Watson, would I even want to play in Charlotte? Because you have to remember, he gets that no trade clause waived, I mean, he's pretty much going to be able to pick his spots or pick what attracts him the most. And I'm pretty sure there are teams that would be in much better position to get Deshaun Watson and still be able to maintain a good bit of what they have and be a contender. Because you got to remember, Carolina's not a contender. Finished 5-11 2 years in a row. We're not a contender. I mean, the talent is there. That's one thing, but you have to also look at results. Also have to look at results. But I'm Deshaun Watson. I would rather go to Charlotte and I have someone like Christian McCaffrey there as another deadly weapon, along with many other weapons that could still potentially be there. Say, as in a DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, maybe not Curtis Samuel, but that maybe not so much as tight end, being that they don't usually use the tight ends much in the passing game, but you would still have Deshaun Watson and Christian McCaffrey, and the receivers, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, who just had 2,000 yards receiving seasons. Those would be some monster weapons. Plus, Deshaun Watson is a weapon himself. You have a smoking on fire offense. And then you would just have to tweak, repair up that offensive line. But here's the thing, though. Christian McCaffrey, pretty much, best player on the team. Number one guy to offer up and give up. I'm gonna say this again. I get it. I definitely get it because it is Deshaun Watson. He's hot on the menu, especially with being a top five quarterback. But look, so many folks are talking about how Christian McCaffrey can be easily replaced, easily replaced. I guess you could say proof of that is Mike Davis. I mean, after all, Mike Davis had a pretty dang on good season in McCaffrey's place. Did pretty well. Got to give him that. He did his thing. But Panther fans, ladies and gentlemen, Panther fans, have we forgotten who Christian McCaffrey is? Have we forgotten the type of player Christian McCaffrey is? Who is a generational talent? Last time I checked, wasn't he the third running back to ever have a season of 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving? Like, that's not something that normally happens. So, no, he's not easily replaceable. Can we admit that he too, along with how many other people have said about some of the folks in the draft, like for example, Trevor Lawrence, generational talent. Is Christian McCaffrey not also a generational talent? Because let's be real, we know dang on well he can play running back and he can play wide receiver in the slot. I'm not saying that somebody else can't come in and produce, whatever that might look like. But to say that Christian McCaffrey is easily replaceable, no. I highly disagree with that. Highly. Did he get paid too much? Potentially. Like I said, I get how, you know, overpaying running backs isn't a good thing. It's happened. And, should he have gotten paid as much as he did? That's a fair argument. That is a fair argument. That's a fair argument. I'll say that. I'll give you that. That's a fair argument. Now, did he earn that? It's another fair argument as well, considering the type of season he had to earn that boost of money. But you know how dangerous and how better of a position, especially the offense, would be with both Deshaun Watson and a Christian McCaffrey. That's deadly. That's venom right there. For other teams, that could be venom. Plus the receiving core? Shoot. Secondly, deep down, let's be honest with ourselves. Are we honestly throwing up Christian McCaffrey into this so easily because he was hurt? Is that really the real reason? Is because he was hurt? Like, be honest. Be honest. Only thing I'm saying is there have been plenty of players that have bounced back and have been successful and have carried on like normal. And the only thing I'm saying is just remember and what we have in Christian McCaffrey. Even though this was his first year struggling with injury, first year in the league struggling with injury, does not mean that he's injury prone. I mean, after all, you take a rookie struggles in his first year, whether it's a player or coach. What do you usually hear? It was their first year. It was their first year. Well, this was McCaffrey's first year of serious injury where it's kept him out of pretty much 90% of the season. I'm just saying, just something to think about. Something to think about. I will say this. I can appreciate the shown aggressiveness from Carolina. Now, I don't know what all is going to happen. We still have the draft coming up. But I get a sense of aggressiveness from Carolina. And that's good. That's good. It sounds like Mr. Tepper wants to spend some money. Got Mr. Fitterer as the GM and is trying to make some legit splashes in this offseason. Got to give credit for that. I guess in this situation, how much is too much? And ultimately, is this worth the risk? Overall, is this worth the risk? Because it's like I said before, this is either going to be, I guess you could say, jackpot, and it turns into a Super Bowl championship, or it could bomb badly and be a bust. So I'll say this. This is my deal. I'll say this. Let's say we do land Deshaun Watson. We lose Christian McCaffrey. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater. Maybe not. The draft picks. Okay. And this is just going, prediction. Because at the same time, it remains to be seen. Even if this does happen, it remains to be seen what happens with the draft. But I'll say this: if we land a Deshaun Watson, we get him. I want to see a Super Bowl championship by the end of the third season. So if they don't make it to the big dance in season number 3 and win it, this whole thing will be a big bust and will pretty much look like the dumbest move made. That's my final thought on that. If it works out, great, excellent, win for Carolina. But if it doesn't, I really wonder. I really wonder what folks will say. And the only reason why I say that is because you still have a lot of folks out there, even to this day, still talking about how we should have never gotten rid of Cam Newton. And I hate to go there, but I still hear about it. I still do. I'm just saying. So, I mean, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. I'm not a fan of it, but if it turns into championship and potentially more, potentially something they can continue to build off of, then hey, that's a win. But I would hate to have to see this happen and so much is given up, because it's a lot. Let's be real, it's a lot. Because it would take a lot. I get it. Top 5 quarterback, I get it. But if it don't work out, it's not going to look pretty. 3 seasons. If this happens, I'll give it 3 seasons. I think that's more than fair. I'm going to leave it at that. Thoughts, comments, y'all know the deal. Blitzball Champ out.